Planet Earth. Life on Earth. As Tom says, further on in this chapter, in your world things are very simple, but people make them very complicated. In this chapter Tom often repeats sentences, but with subtle differences interwoven into what, at a casual glance, seems to be a repetition. By the end of the chapter we have been given some brilliant concepts. Tom, may we explain to you that your planet Earth is the most beautiful that exists in the universe. It has a physical variety that no other planet has. In all the universe there is no planet in existence that has the physical characteristics of Earth. It is the rarest of beauties, and it does attract souls which, once they have come, would continually like to come back again. It is of a different nature from any other planet. It has within it portions of all planets in the universe. It is like a composite of the universe, with all the good and all the evil, and it is what attracts souls. It has with it a gravitational pull that is different from other planets, and because of this a soul begins to feel, in truth, a physical body. They become in their minds adapted to their physical bodies, and they forget the freedom and pleasures they have without it. The Earth was created to be a paradise. When souls achieve harmony it will become a paradise again. But when we say a paradise we speak of a paradise of creativity, one that brings knowledge, one that brings joy and love, a paradise in which people may heal themselves or may even experience pain, if they wish. It is not a paradise where all challenge, all growth, or all pain will be removed. It will be a paradise where people, through their own experience, may evolve their own understanding of their connection with the universe, accept their own responsibility for themselves, for their fellows, for Earth, and therefore for the universe, and may bring all of that, including themselves, into perfection. Humankind needs to understand the uniqueness and purpose of Earth, and the directness that it has in its evolution. Humankind needs to understand that it is not alone and there is no death. What people must begin to understand is that there is no escaping, for in the future of their lives there must be payment. If they also knew that each of them has the quality of greatness in them, and that they have opportunity to be uplifted in joy, in that when there is acceptance of not being alone and of no death, then energies of fear may be released, and energies of joy may replace fear, then Earth may begin to fulfill its position in the universe. As well as Earth becoming the greatest of joy, we related before that Earth has the greatest of beauty. When we say beauty we mean that of the soul which then penetrates the external. Mankind has confused physical beauty as what is seen with the outer shell of the eye, not that of the inner soul of the planet or those that exist upon it. That is also what humanity must learn upon Earth. John, could you explain what the purpose of physical existence is, particularly on this planet? Tom, this your planet is a planet of balance, for you to learn to balance between the physical and spiritual worlds. Earth is the only one of its kind, the only planet of free choice in the entire universe, the only planet created for the balancing of the spiritual with the physical, in other words, the creating of paradise. Humanity has created corruption within, which came about because people became more involved in physicalness than in attempting to balance and understand. But now your planet is at a point where it may move out of balance quicker than at any other point. This time of history that you are in is the time of change. It is time for humanity to begin to understand this, to live on this planet of great beauty with a true balance of spiritual and physical, and to live in unity with the Creator, in manifestation of love, in connection with the Creator, in that which was created. John, this has been the message of many of the world religions, and humanity has never really accepted this. Can you explain why we do not accept this positive message? Tom, people in their innermost know, or have a feeling, that they are from something other than just themselves, but people upon Earth have gone into competition with the Creator. We understand this, for people understand that there is a nature within them that all things, but they neglect to identify and know the Creator. They alone wish to be the Creator. It cannot be. The problem we have had before is that many times we have been to Earth, we have come to help, and it was expected of us to do what we cannot do, what this planet must do for itself. You are a part of this planet because you chose it in order to help it. John, I really want to say, speaking for myself, that I do really accept the responsibility that we have to do things for ourselves. It's just that we get a lot of complications and difficulties in living on planet Earth. Tom, in your world things are very simple, but people make them very complicated. If you approach things in a simple manner, many things can be overcome and accomplished with a great deal of acceleration, and with not too much use of energy. The worry and the concern burns up more energy than the activity of dealing with the problem. Andrew, so here we are on Earth, just a tiny speck of dust in this infinite, vast universe. Could you tell us why you've taken any interest at all in this little speck of dust here called the Earth? Tom, in order for the universe to evolve, it is important for Earth to evolve. The souls that have come to this planet have become irresponsible in their physical bodies. It has become a planet of desire. The souls that are here behave as if they were in quicksand and were being gobbled up and swallowed in this desire. It is important for you to evolve, because without this planet being evolved, the other planets in the universe are not able to go forward. It has stopped the growth of the universe. It is important for the level of consciousness of this planet to be raised. It is the love from this planet that generates the energy that feeds God. And this planet has stopped the growth of part of the universe, instead of evolving in the manner it should, to become one with the divine. I will explain one step further. Many of these souls that live here, when they die, are trapped in the atmosphere of the planet, and then they are reborn over and over on the same world, and they seem to be going nowhere. This planet originally was created to teach balance between the spiritual and the physical world. But in this physical world they got involved in materialism, and so these beings never evolve beyond the belt of this planet. Their desires are still in their minds and emotions, and their desires hold them to this planet. And so you have a multiplication that is going on until this planet will sink. Andrew, is that why we have so many souls piled up on this planet? They just can't get beyond it. Tom, they cannot get beyond it because of desire, greed, hate, because of enjoying their physical pleasures. And we have no objections about their physical activities on this planet. It is when this becomes their primary concern and they are no longer concerned with evolving the planet, their fellow humans, or finding their divinity. You explained this when we listened to you the other day when you called it a bottleneck. We just consulted and decided that if we looked in a bottle, and if there were a plug, and we could not get it out, that's exactly what this planet is. Your description was correct. Andrew, thank you. Could you explain why it is so important that a few humble beings like ourselves, who are all very simple creatures, or others like us, can really help to unplug this bottleneck? Tom, the energy that surrounds you creates a vortex that then radiates out, and then can raise the consciousness of this planet. Even though you feel it is an impossible task, it is not an impossible task. You people chose this situation, you willingly gave yourselves to come back onto this dense, heavy earth. People like you have reincarnated on this planet many times, often not because it was necessary, but because you needed to understand and to get the feel of this planet in order to raise its level of consciousness. With this energy, it creates a vortex of love and peace and harmony, and others will gravitate towards you, so that you may explain to them to help raise the level. Everything needs an energy base. We are energy, and through people like you this planet will be saved. We work through people. That which was planned for the planet Earth did not come to pass. While it was discovered that, of all the planets in the universe, it has more beauty, more diversification of changes than any other, it was also discovered that those that lived upon Earth had a great physicalness that was not witnessed on the other planets. John, I am a little confused as to where the physicalness came from. Tom, from the gravity and the heaviness and the density of the planet, and the senses through which you have the feeling of Earth. These do not exist on other inhabited planets. Souls on Earth began to feel that they had a substance they did not feel on other planets. You understand your forms of breeding. John, sex you mean? Tom, sex in the beginning was a form for breeding, and also it was given sensations within the physical body to make it more joyous. But it began to become a priority over the years, and the beginning of control of one human by another. That form of control does not exist on other planets. This heightened the intensity of desire within the subconscious and in the minds of souls that reincarnated on planet Earth. Desire of this kind is not in existence on other planets, it is therefore of great importance that planet Earth moves into balance. There is no objection in the universe for this method of breeding, for that was a decision that this was the way that the planet Earth would repopulate itself. What was an objection is that it became the source of all priorities, and that it came to control all the souls. For if you look upon all those that exist upon planet Earth, it is the one source that creates much of the difficulty, is it not? John, I gather that this was the single planet in which you had this kind of difficulty. Tom, yes. This is the only planet that has created a bottleneck. The souls that live on planet Earth, in their soul recycling and reincarnations, refuse to leave planet Earth. Each of the planets upon which they exist or on which they have a birth is for some form of teaching that they do not further themselves. There is temptation, there is greed, and there is desire. John, how did this problem start in the first place, and how was it not checked earlier? Tom, it happened because we were not aware of the problems that the physical would create, and the feeling of heaviness and of pleasure. This is the only planet in the universe that has the physical qualifications that create this problem. It does not have a sister planet, nor a brother planet. John, it is the most dense of inhabited planets in the universe. Tom, yes. Andrew, I would think there was this desire and pleasure problem. It could all be traced to the role of, say, one atomic element, like sodium for example, or something like that. Have you traced it down to something like that? Tom, I will consult. I have been informed that the problem is created within the soul of the individual. Earth is a dense planet, and it in turn then gives a different feeling to the body, but it is actually within the soul of the individual. Andrew, so you are saying then that the dense material can really influence the soul that much? I didn't think it was possible. Tom, it feels pain, it feels pleasure, it feels sorrow, it feels happiness. The physical body has a different feeling on Earth than in all of the other planets, and in all the other souls that exist. In other systems, in other galaxies, there are other physical beings that do not have the density of you on Earth. On your planet the soul begins to feel different from what it felt before, and it has the feel of pleasure and desire. On another occasion, in reply to the same line of questioning, the 9 gave the following example. Andrew, why do souls get stuck on planet Earth? Tom, the stuckness is brought about by gravity density and the illusion that the gravity density is reality. The stuckness is emotional, it derives from the inability to remove self from self and the gravitational density. When you remove self from self it creates an unblocking so the emotional gravitational density may be relieved, and the true reality may be viewed. This planet was created to be the paradise, and in order for Earth to have all its variety it was necessary to make of it a gravitational density. Andrew, are you saying that for our growth, for our evolution, that gravity is one of the things we must come to terms with, and hopefully conquer it? Tom, what is important is to balance yourself. It is the merging of the physical with the spiritual that is the manifest purpose of humankind. But humankind has confused itself by remaining in its density and not correctly viewing the nature of its spiritual self. It is misinterpreted and misguided by some of the religious leaders of your world, who attempt to control humankind, and the religions that would wish to deny the physical are not in balance, as also are those of the physical who wish to deny the spiritual. For some souls, their choosing to be born in this time was not in the evolutionary process of growth for themselves, but in service to this planet, to bring about the importance of understanding Earth's place in the universe and of the human beings upon it. There are many who have come to Earth at this time, who chose to come here for the necessity of the universe, to help, yes. Andrew, as we understand from our scientific point of view, is the relationship between gravity as a force and mind as a force where the balance is supposed to occur. Tom, when you accept, understand in totality, with complete trust and faith in self, in your connections with the universe, then you bring about the balance and are no longer in bondage. Through the mental process of mind. If you disconnect the mind from what it is holding on to, it will be free. This disconnecting can go by stages, so that you can develop trust and faith in your ability to maintain your inner connection with the universe. Then you will be free. When the critical mass begins in humankind, when enough of your souls are becoming free, then the space vehicle of Earth moves into its evolutionary fulfillment. Andrew, how close are we to that kind of evolutionary time process? Tom, know this, that with acceleration due to each human's involvement, it will come quickly and will not be in devastation, as it would be if such acceleration came by itself, by force of circumstance, without your involvement. Andrew, that's beautiful. Tom, you understand, when there is a change that is coming upon Earth, and when there is a loosening up of confinement, that which confines attempts desperately to confine even more. John, yes. Tom, know this, you all have come to Earth to beautify it, to purify it, to love it and to be in joy with it. Know this, that in your time, through your and others' dedication, through the quality of your being upon planet Earth, you may bring it to the fulfillment of its creation. That for us is a great joy and we thank you.